Welcome back, Legionnaires, to the Napoleonic Wars, and we have another historical battlefield here today. We'll have the Russians marching forward in the name of the Tsar to deal with that revolutionary, tyrannical Napoleon and his French army. And oh boy, do we have a glorious 4v4 today. It's a historical battle. It's the Battle of Ostrelenka, as you might have been able to tell from the title. This was fought in 1807 between the French and the Russian empires. It was actually fought between a chap called Anne-Jean-Marie Savary against Ivan Essen. But funnily enough, we have neither Ivan Essen nor Savary as a core commander. Savary might in fact be a minor sort of combat general, but he's definitely not a core commander here today. So we do have obviously some other commanders here leading the way for French. We do have Davu here. We have Davu is actually all over this town, which I presume is supposed to be the town of Ostroleka that they're fighting over here. And looks like in the back we have Alans. We have I think two Alans armies back here. Looking at the size of one is marching on this road and the other one is still waiting in the wings. Then we have over there we have Assault as well. Looks like actually Assault is getting stuck in with some looks like some cavalry over here. Yeah, we got Russians there defeating the Chasseur Cheval. And it looks like they're going to be victorious there. I imagine the Russians have brought a lot of dragoons in this one, but we will see. But yeah, there's about 20,000 French against 25,000 Russians. The French in history do win this one. Whether they will win it in this actual battle in NTW, we will see. I never spoil the results. Someone said in a comment like a long time ago saying, "Pope, why do you always spoil the results by saying who won?" I'm like, no man, I just tell who you won in history, so you learn a little bit. So that's what you got to do at the end of these days, at the end of these regions. Not just like, enjoy the battle, learn a little bit. So yeah, the Battle of Ostrelenka, a French victory, fought between Savary and Ivan. There you go, the line of Diego again. The French are just a mix of Grenadiers. Yeah, Grenadiers are line of two as well going in. A little bit of a mess with half-line, I think, to the building. The French get stuck in it, taking on again. Fighting through the Russians. Yeah, the Grenadiers should rout these Russians pretty light. I think they're going to try and carry on if they can. The Russians need to be careful. They were shooting the back door and skirts their own lights there. And yeah, the French aren't slowed down. Look at the guard. Early period of the Russian army. The Russians also try to storm this building, but got pushed back. You can see here, the Grenadiers, this line carrying on, blocking them back constantly. I mean, I would send up some of these other infantry units here to support this push. Otherwise, these guys can get a little isolated. We have also got Grenadiers, but they're just slow infantry. And is that artillery? Artillery is broken back here. Howitzers breaking for the Russians. I think just got shot by French artillery. Accuracy, those fine artillerymen are losing their work. Yeah, you can see it. It looks like now the French running out a little bit of stamina there. Exhausted. More French are now going in. As I was saying, they used to be before. The Russians, they used to expel melee. Not today. That's the goal of the stage. I mean, the French are pretty good in the 1806, 1805, 1806 period. They're just really good at both melee and also shooting. They're just like strongest point. See here the Russians are some draft wars here. French form square that's deciding what it is. Blasting away. Keep firing, boys, keep firing. Looks like the Russian lights and infantry being broken. The French are going to form square. It looks like the cuirassiers lost their momentum in their charge. They're going to fall back, and they are redlining. Hopefully they won't rout. They're going to need those guys. We are seeing more Russians now appearing out of the woodwork, quite literally out of the woodwork here. You can see out of the forest, and you can see Soult is arriving with his infantry down this road to support the Vu. The Vu is getting really pinned back early on here from multiple Russian armies. You see, we've got Lancers now attacking some four lines here. Fighting with light. He didn't rout the lights, but he lost his infantry. We might see a few more French who start to rout here. But yeah, the Russians are seeing a mass rout across their lines here. That first army just goes basically evaporating. There you go. You can see the Lancers are now falling back. They don't want to get involved with the Chasseurs Cheval by the looks of it. I don't think the French have anything more scary than Chasseurs Cheval or Hussars here really today. No like cuirassiers or anything like that. But lots of nasty infantry like the Carabineers here. There's waiting for the wings. We've got a whole bunch more Carabineers back here. Small Lancers like army here. These are the two land armies arriving. Yeah, it just seems like the French have light cav in these armies here today. So yeah, really the Russians might have the advantage when it comes to cavalry with their dragoons and also their cuirassiers. Yeah, I think the objective obviously is this hamlet here, the town of Ostroleka. I don't know, I think we're playing on Hohenland, the actual map, if you want to know what it is. But yeah, we do have to obviously alter and use what maps we have available sometimes. But yes, it does seem as though this town here is what the Russians have to take off the French. The French was hold. That is kind of how the Battle of Ostrelenka went. The French were holding the town. They were fight against the Russian onslaught. So yeah, I mean the French lost about 60 men in the battle, apparently 60 dead. I think they've taken definitely more than 60 dead losses, and the Russians took about 1,300 casualties in this one. Like dead anyway, and then like a similar number wounded as well. Good old bayonet fight getting underway. Where the cuirassiers will go in, I don't know whether some of this overwhelming Russian cav back here that they have some of these dragoons just going for charge. A lot of the French can form square, but these ones can't. This is the first line. It looks like another cavalry charge is made there by the Russians. They run onto squares. They have managed to get one of these Chasseurs Cheval back here with their own hussars of the Russians. So that's a little win, but it looks like the French are going to quickly silence any hopes there of victory and continuing that attack with the hussars coming in. Yeah, the Russians, you know, causing a few more problems now for the French. And we've got the cuirassiers returning. They are going to fall onto the French muskets here. Looks like those cuirassiers, yeah, getting routed there, unfortunately. They're just too tired, the exhaustion's all beating them. Look at the dragoons here. Managed to rout that line infantry unit. Themselves being routed as well. That's not really a great win there for the Russians. More Russian infantry now arriving. These look like healthy units here. Looks like the next wave coming up. Lots of light infantry here. Looks like they're going to try and challenge the French in a line fight, which might work. Which obviously means melee is not going to be onto them so much. The French also they're now battling in this this forest here with another Russian army that's now arriving. I don't know what cause we have for the Russians, but I'd imagine. Similarly, sort of like matched point-wise, so like similar sort of things to the 11 and 12 pointers that we have here today. But yeah, like all these are high pointers here for the French. So they could probably all bring like a decent amount of troops, decent quality as well. Yeah, I think these are guard that you get here. Expect them to do some work, you'd have thought. I don't know if we have the like any more guards, but yeah, we do have guard lights at least. Looks like the Russians as well trying to make progress through this little forest here, trying to outflank the French. But the French have seen it. They're not allowing any sort of outflanking shenanigans to take place. The Russians again coming forward here. They don't want to get too close if they're going to allow sort of a melee fight to happen, especially around this corner point here where the cover of the buildings allows the French to get into melee range. They're going to do this. I feel like they're going to have to try and use this cavalry superiority. They have. At least it feels like they have superiority. In a one-on-one, most of their cav is going to win their fight. They are proving my point very well, I'll admit, but like the Dragoons should rout most. They should serve it. I mean, Lance here, the Russians going to rout it. They are just like light cav. They are just, you know, to go in, maybe get a couple of cannons and that's it. A line fight always off the Russians always see unless it is break here. We've got a line infantry over here from the French as well. Setting up where you can knock down those Russians. Start blasting when you're ready for it. There we go. Glorious. More line infantry forward here as well. The Russians giving ground. They just don't seem to be able to like deal with all of this. Like assault has brought a lot of time. Like air, sorry, not line infantry. So yeah, we've got like all these lands as well here. We've got Provence, we've got like Normandy. It's like so much, and they've got like grenadiers as well. Give me a nasty combo. Pulls off the grenadier unit. Yeah, it looks like the Russians still suffering really in this line fight. Whether they could side charge this French here, I feel like they could give it a go. You can just give it enough cover as well. There'd be an option there. The Russian cav out here is pestering land and his cavalry, but it's not really, you know, he's not committing to anything too much. But yeah, this is like a lot of French cav here actually out assembling. Whether the Russians could go for a side charge here, I was going to say the French here was orange lining. I feel like that was the way in. And you could hit that unit and then go down the line. I feel like that might have been the opportunity there for the Russians. They fall back at the French to deny that. And the Russians here again, I mean, they go for the side charge, hit this Leger unit right here. But again, the Leger is going to just skip away just in time. The Russians are like a little late, and yeah, you can see the attack order's been given. It's just a little late. They might can route it. Yep, the French did route anyway, but can't really take advantage of that and really push on to the Russians, who are back in the town now, who are again in a counter charge by Grenadiers. There you go, how is this going on? Right, that must be the Russians there. The Grenadiers actually winning play with red morale, probably because of the armory here firing into their side. That probably is doing morale damage. You know, being shot by your own side do a lot of morale damage in NTW3 to you. And there you go, they have routed. Yes, if you're enjoying the NTW3 action and would like to see some more glorious Napoleon content, then do remember to like, subscribe if you're around here, and comment, show support. It really does help out the channel. And if you want to see like your battles covered as well, if you've got some glorious NTW3 battles, then send them into my Discord. The link is down below in the description. You're more than welcome to come and join, even if you want to just get involved in some battles, even if you've got replays to send in. We're always happy to take on some new recruits. And it looks like we're going to see a big formation cavalry moving to the right hand side here, and this is the responsible target. You can see the artillery here blasting away these massive howitzers here doing their bit, and I think these are the guards as well. Yeah, you can see the Russian guards are now appearing. Oh, some of them, I'm going to say more mods. There is at least 8 guard unit here. We've got more Cossacks back here. We've got some Hussars. Yeah, a lot more Cavs still to be in play here for the Russians. We've got lots of Dragoons as well in the back line. Whether they can send them round, I don't know. Another Dragoon unit here just waiting patiently. Yeah, the line fight is just not working for the Russians right now, but there isn't much I don't feel like that can work. They've got to try and maybe kill a general or something like that. Who we've got back? We've got artillery, or yeah, 6-pounders and 8-pounders here. They're just too slow in getting forward. It looks like the Russians are looking for an easy kill there on those guys. We've got some infantry and some cav now going back to, I think, guard them. I don't know what we have for generals necessarily. We've got lands here. I don't know if we've got a Debris. I don't know if every French player has an actual general, whether some are combat or sultans here as well. So we have at least 3 French 3 French generals. We might have 2 lands, I'm not sure. Or one of them might be a combat gen. If that's the case, and that might give the Russians a bit of a better chance because combat gens are projecting for morale. Oh, I'm trying to show you what's going on here. The French haven't charged in. Using the cover of the trees. And it looks like they're going to rout those Russians. Yeah, they redline. The French trying to get the cab in behind now as well, but there is Russian cab waiting. We are going to see units going in, but they kind of aren't running it, they're just kind of marching it. They're redlining as well. Don't know whether they meant to do that, but there you go. The Russians are countercharging here. The French can and will form square. They'll stop those Cossacks. And it looks like, yeah, the French look like they're going to win this fight in the forest. The Russians are certainly redlining in a lot of areas. And the Russians push forward, even though their left flank is starting to, you know, quiver and break. You've got the Cannonadiers here, which are a G5, or a lot like a grenadier, really, a light grenadier. They're going in. They're pretty damn good. They're a very handy unit to have. And so they're going in against the Russians. You can see they're now falling back. They see the danger there is. Looks like the Russians are really going to try and hit Sultan's flank here, maybe. He's not got much cav here, he's got some voltigeurs. You could maybe overwhelm this. It's just avoiding the infantry is the problem. Got a Russian general here. And the big guard, you know. I'm surprised these guys weren't sent in to try to take the town. They might have just arrived, but they probably should have been given the responsibility of trying to take that town early on, rather than just like Russian lights. I mean, the French looking a bit like thin on the ground in the middle, but they've still got reserves. I mean, some of their units are looking a bit small.
Sir,
the Russians don't seem like they've just got anything going their way at the moment in this game. So they can't seem to outshoot the French. They're getting out meleeed by the French. So I mean, what can you do? You've got to try and get a general, try and just destroy morale, or try and get side shots. When like units are melee to try and help win a fight like that. But that's not really, you know, being given an opportunity either for the Russians. They've not really done that, but they've had the opportunity. Yeah, they are falling back from this forest now, so the French could occupy that. They've now really opened up a lot of space between the Russians and the town of Ostroleka, really. Really pushing back that boundary. Looks like, yeah, I mean, the Russians got it done here. Whether they can just, you know, bait the French towards their guns, but they look like howitzers as well. Whether, yeah, they can bait the French closer to maybe start using canister or just round shot to try and even up the fight a little bit, try and get the cannons a bit more in play. I don't know. It's looking good right now for the French. It's looking really strong. Salt is, I feel like, the most untouched of the cores, but I could be wrong. But he seems like he's got a lot left. He's doing a good job defending that left flank. I mean, there are 2 lands armies, which is why it's like they look like there's so much land. There's probably not actually. The Vu is actually probably the worst off, obviously being here the longest, fighting the hardest. Just trying to keep an eye on this Russian cab back here. See these little Cossacks coming in. I don't think they're, obviously they aren't hidden because we can see them as we're looking from the French perspective. So yeah, the Cossacks are very much in amongst the back lines now. There's a chasseur that's defending them, but there's also probably the real target, I feel like, for the Russians here. They're going to try and go for a general, and Sultan's probably a good target. 4 pounders here. Blasted away. Getting those silent artillery pieces too down in there. Sometimes you just randomly lose artillery down. This is Russian artillery. Yeah, this is horse artillery. Look how close this is got. It's canistering the French. They need to get this out of here now though, because the French are pretty much on top of it. I don't think they're going to be able to get out that quickly. They are. Yeah, there you go. Ooh, last minute charge. That might rout the French. They are going to lose their carriages, so they're no longer horse artillery. They are now stuck where they are. Whether the Russians could have done something about that, I feel like the guard should have can help take that gun. It'll help, I think, shoot those two in the back a little bit. There you go. That was some sort of achievement. The French was trying to go with some hussars by the look of it, and they managed to get the gun here as well. Oh no! Managed to get this house. I mean, the Jaeger obviously saved itself, but it couldn't save the gun. So it does kind of mean that the French, like in those couple of minutes there that we just seen them, just managed to take out 2 Russian artillery pieces. With very little losses. I mean, lost 1 infantry and 1 cavalry trying to do it. Oh, I actually didn't even use the cabs, just 1 infantry. So yeah, the Russians kind of a bit artillery short now. They have got that massive battery back here that's still, like, you know, just blasting away into the town, trying to do some damage. I don't know what it's actually aiming for. Probably should just aim for large sort of like concentrations of French infantry, which would be that front line. Or the forest here. I mean, these guys are all hidden actually. Some of them are. These guys are hidden. They're not even like able to be seen by the artillery. Whether the Russians are flanking them, I don't know, but Salt seems to believe he is. They are. Like, quite a lot. I feel like it's just a matter of time, really. I feel like the French have got to make the killing blow soon. Kind of play with the Russians. They've done a lot of damage to them. French losing a Laguerre, but we've got more of them. We've got plenty more to come forward. They got like plenty of units back here just being kept in reserve. You have Laguerre as well. They're just, you know, waiting to come forward. I think they're quite concerned about it. Yeah, they've got a whole load of infantry units just being kept back here. It's like the 34th line. I don't know what these need to be sent forward again. Like this unit here as well, like the 88th and Square. I think they're all just like scouting out, looking for Russian cav. I mean, I think most of the Russian cav now is back with its own lines, and I think the problem is now for the Russians that they have a lot of cav to do with it. Not a lot to do with it. But like lots of Cossacks waiting here. The French have got themselves nicely bottled in the town. The Russians don't really have a means of getting to them without obviously like a frontal suicidal assault. A little bit of a mind game now on what is going to happen. Looks like the French are also cycling out some of the more battle-hardened units. They've seen a lot of action. Looks like they're well, they're actually sending forward skirmishes, and it looks like they're going to just, you know, reshape them. What they want in the front lines, what they want in the back lines. Got some artillery as well that I think they're trying to make room for. Skirmishes here, dueling with the line infantry. If they're in range, they should really just fall back, just like, you know, just stay out of range of the Russians. The skirmishers want to shoot at the Russians, but they don't want to get shot back. No good. So the Russians have managed to find more artillery. They did lose this howitzer, but they have still got another one by the looks of it. I'm pretty sure there is a howitzer, so just look at how short that gun is. They are trying to blast away. It's a 3-gun battery. Oh, actually, no, it's bigger than a 3-gun battery. Oh no, is this a routing one? Oh, there's like another battery back here setting up. We've got, yeah, I think it's actually maybe a 5-gun battery. I think this is another routing one here that's running through the forest, but it's stuck here. But yeah, this artillery is a 5-gun battery here. Blasting down the center. Yeah, the Russians bring a lot of guns through the playing field here. The French have got a decent amount themselves, but it's quite scattered. Oh, the Russians did go in for a little sneaky charge. There were signs there with those Cossacks by Davout, Cheval. They're trying to defend Soot here. And it looks like they're going to patient now in the Russians. For another one. Oh, there's actually a lot more Russian cav in the back lines of first. You see here the hussars, I think it would cover these extra 2. That is a problem. That is a problem, actually, for the French. They've got to be, keeping a lot of troops in reserve. There's hope maybe for the Russians, you know, maybe if they can just divide the French forces, look back both forwards and backwards, they've got a chance. See here, yeah, the Russian infantry trying to stay pretty well back from the French. They need to make one big spearhead somewhere, the Russian infantry, and try and break through there. I think the forest might work best for them, but I'm not sure. Still probably the best opportunity to try and give it a go. You've got that cav in behind that can just try and rear charge into melee fights and side charge into melee fights. And they have the guard here as well as the Russians. They could also, you know, help spearhead. It's a big unit, it's like a 200-man unit. Again, though, yeah, the light try and do that bit. Inflicting some loss on the French, but they're not that bothered. They'll start blasting in a moment. So I imagine they'll even that fight up, but we'll see. This unit here is just pounded hard. Yeah, they're winning slightly, almost immediately. I mean, that one is. It's not. Now this is a big problem for the Russians. I think they've just fallen back. Their left is just gone, and it's just kind of joined their centre. The guns here are kind of now just open to be taken out. That's a shame. There's 5-gun battery here, but the French are just going to swing into the side of the Russians here. The Russians, have got to fall back. Just I don't know what happened. They had troops here, and then I think it's given up on this flank. A couple of little lights back in, that's it. They're going to try and silence the cav here. Guards, light infantry trying to do their bit, and it looks like the guns are going to be saved. French cav is going to be routed. The guns are no longer mobile, and yeah, the infantry for just all here. Why is it now in this sort of position on the left? Just kind of allowed the French to flank on in. Maybe a little bit more further forward, I feel like. I know they were concerned about these units here, but just take them out with cav if you had to. Seems a bizarre move, but there you go. The Russians have also gone in on this side here. Cav and infantry is going in here. They have routed. And that is unfortunate. I think that was the attempt of a spearhead. The guards are now coming forward on the road. They should have gone in together if they were going to do this. The guards are going to go, but they're going to have no support. So I feel like they're just going to get shot on the side as they get into melee with one unit. Oh no, or maybe not. They're just going to get up really close and start blasting. There you go, good side shot from the air there, doing a really good amount of damage. The guards don't matter. Not matter to them. They'll keep blasting. Here we go, Russian cav coming in. Square is going to be formed by the Laguerre. Send those boys back in. And the Russians are setting in some of their own cover. Looks like they're trying to counter charge on this left flank here. Looks like they have managed to stop the French a little bit from their swinging in plan. They have baited the French towards the guns. The guns are still alive. These guys are shooting French infantry at close range. The Russian infantry is right there on the French infantry. It's not blasting, boys. I think they are trying to use canisters to try and weaken the French infantry towards them. There's a amount of damage to our Frenchmen dropping. Looks like the guards are about to break it. They were redlining for a moment. What's this Russian cav doing here? Good here. What are you doing, Madman? Hoping they're going to come out square. They're not going to come out square. You should just charge this unit. Look here. Support the guards. There you go. I think they did actually eventually give the idea. Charged him. The guys around it. Chasseur's behind. Might finally start to see this Russian, this Russian cav superiority actually being used. And by superiority, I mean they had more in numbers. And also they seem like they have heavier cav, like the Dragoons taking on Chasseurs. An unfair fight in favor of the Russian. Guard now fighting Institute here in the square. Looks at the wow. Chasseurs have beaten the Dragoons. I think they've been hit so many times. Now the Chasseurs rear charge the guard. Guard is about to break, and there you go. The caval's worked as well, but taking out the best Russia's infantry had to offer, and I think we're about to see another big push here. The Russians, yeah, charging on in. Far extreme right, and then they combine with the Cossacks as well. Losing. If you do get infantry and sort of combine with it, you can cause a mass, like cause one unit to rout. They can cause a couple more French units to be sort of disheartened. There you go. The cav has won that fight, the Cossacks. Can they get another one? French infantry rout there as well. And in come the French reserves. Even those Cossacks. Like the Grenadiers, they are. Yeah, they routed the Cossacks pretty quickly, and this infantry here routing on the Gare as well. Yeah, it does seem as though we've got Gabriel Boucher here, his Grenadiers, the battalion, just charge down the line. Go in. Now is the time. Oh, Russian cav into the back line. Sneaking on in, smashing into the back of the French lines there. That is a very nice little move there for the Russians. Oh, and they missed a chance for the French to smash into the Russian flank here. Do some substantial damage. See, the Russian cav actually survived as well from that fight. And there is also a land general back there. Be a good target to get right now. That Russian cav can get there. They are getting shot at by all this French infantry though, that's in reserve. Looks as though they want to just get themselves stuck in and burn much more French infantry, and they routed immediately. They should have gone for land. They could have got, it's hard to say that, but like, that would have been what I would have gone for. It looks like the Russian general here is chased by French infantry, not being aware of their general. I think we'll have to see the line infantry here go in, save their general. There you go, general has died for the French. I don't know which one. That might be Soult, by the looks of it, I think. Soult might have just died, but he's been killed off by some Russian cav in the back lines there. They're now going in, trying to take out a little hussar here. That might now turn the fight in favor of the Russians a little bit. The French are losing a lot more units out here. Looks like some of these hussars. We are seeing French infantry get stuck in with the remains of the Russian infantry. General's still alive here for the Russians, trying to rally his boys. They need to try with the Russian cav, try and get some rear charges into some of these melee fights. It seems like most of the French are sort of square on them and deny them their sort of glorious charge. Look at there, having lost that fight. Can the Russian infantry just get a melee against his friends? They can't form square actually, so they don't even need to worry about going into melee. The Russian cap goes in and he's exhausted by the looks of it. And there you go, they can break anyway to those Russian hussars. And it looks like we're seeing a bit of an all-out assault now from the Russians on this far side here. They've thrown in the towel. They're going to fight with honor one last time. Yeah, looks like Grenadiers here. Hold on, Gabriel Touché with his Grenadiers and Udinov. Do their bit as well, and there you go, charge. French may have been there a little. Well, this horse artillery is still being a pest, I see. I was wondering what it was down in the Russian side. It's just horse artillery, it's nothing too exciting. The Russians sort of look like they've won this fight in the forest here, surprisingly. But the French are now just sending lands down. It looks like Soult might have been near enough killed off. But yeah, got one of the land sort of reserve armies coming across to deal with the remains of the Russians there. And it looks like we've got Russians moving up to maybe just face their maker. Time to die. On the end of the French bayonet. Grenadiers blasting away. And the Russians could do is just, form it up. They're not just running across the line of fire of the French, but yeah, looks like they're gonna form up here. Turn to face. I don't think they'll get a volley off the time. Maybe the French will stop. That small Russian force here, it actually is holding on, it's not giving up just yet. The Russians here on the right, they're facing a revived French force here at the land. And then go to Cossack. The air can't form a square. Ooh, that's a certain finish. Oh! Yeah, that's unfortunate. The Russians, they were in melee there, just blasted when they shouldn't have been. See what happens here. The Russians going in. They might not make it, I don't know. It's a pretty good last minute volley, I'd say that's fine. And there you go, that Russian force is evaporated there. He's now just like the few Russian units over here that are holding on. Musketeer here, and that's about it, I think. It's a decent fight. I mean, the French still got a fair amount left. There's been a bloody fight around the town here at the start. It's a really fast-paced battle to start this one. And you can see, I mean, there's a lot of bodies in this one. That's for sure. Both Russian and French. Looks like the Russian player, doesn't realise that the game's up. I mean, the French should just go in. Just go in with what they have left. I don't know if Touché still alive. Maybe not. Maybe Touché and the Grenadiers have been, they've been pulled back. Why? Send them in for one last hurrah. Out there, a surprise. We'll just fast forward a little bit as we just wait for the French to eventually make up their mind on what they're going to do with these last few Russian units. They should just go in and melee them. Like I can't imagine like morale's looking great with army losses, and also they just have so many units that they can just throw in. Do the French? It doesn't really matter how much they waste. They're probably gonna still win it. There you go, that unit broke, marching towards guns. I think they must have blasted by guns and muskets. If the French had any cav left, then they could just outflank the Russian line here and just get that general really charge to the back. So they're all out of cav. Oh no, maybe one tiny little unit of missiles here. That could be of use. Looks like they're just going to allow their infantry to do the same job. There you go. One unit routes, the other ones will shortly follow, I imagine. And there you go. I think that's another one gone. No, it's the same unit. Oh, different unit, sorry. Yeah, it's almost 2 units still alive. And there you go, the French getting in amongst the general. Hack and slash here, boys, take it down. There you go, generals die. I think that's like one general for both sides has died. Actually, there's minimal general losses in this battle. And there you go, the Russians will rout here. But one Russian unit is actually unfortunately returned over here. So we're just going to fast forward, and I'll just maybe make a quick cut for you guys because I don't know how long this is going to take. So I'll see you guys in a moment with the end results. Okay guys, and we are back, and yes, the battle only took a little longer. The French finally turned around and dealt with that little skirmish unit that the Russians still had alive. But yeah, there you go. The Battle of Ostrelenka, a French victory once again, as it was in history. So well done to the French. A hard fight, that's for sure, but from both sides. But I feel like just the Russians just didn't have the facilities to deal with either the melee or also the line fight in that one. So yeah, they just got outgunned and out meleeed. Didn't really use the cav, I feel like, in like sort of to sort of overwhelm the French enough, but they did their best. Hopefully, while I've been chatting there, I've put up the end results for you guys to have a look at. This one was sent in by Johnny the Buffoon, who I believe was playing as one of the Lands armies. And we got his kills here, 197 kills with one of the Grenadiers of the line. Line infantry getting 168 kills, 154 with Suchet and his Grenadiers. Then we've got some Carabiners getting 116. Then we have the rest of the kills there if you want to have a look at those. And yes, he was playing as Lands, Brave of the Braves. But there you go, guys. That is today's battle. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, do remember leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show support for more Napoleonic action. And yeah, if you want to check out any of these awesome battles now appearing on your screens, got some more glorious historical replays there. But until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next one.